Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. This is a story from CNBC about a guy who's turning the corner, who was once bearish on gold, and now he's bullish. This is from Scott Nations, and he is looking to buy gold for the first time since the presidential election of 2016. Let's see what he has to say. I've been bearish on gold, to say the least. After a 7% slide since its April high, it's lost a bit of its luster, but the setup has strengthened, and I'm buying what I like to call the most expensive doorstop in the world for the first time since the 2016 presidential election. The dollar has rallied strongly in recent months, depressing gold. The U.S. dollar index has risen 3% this year, rising just below the 95 mark in Thursday trading. Gold has become oversold, and the short-term move is compelling here. The metal's relative strength index has sunk to 26, indicating an oversold environment. The catalyst for the break in gold prices was this strength in the greenback, highlighted by the dollar's bullish golden cross when its 50-day moving average crossed over its 200-day moving average earlier this month. The dollar popped just after that happened, weighing on the dollar-denominated gold. Turns out it wasn't so much of a golden cross for gold after all, he says. And this is those of people who did the survey. 79% are buying and only 21% are selling. So it's an opportunity. Now keep in mind that this guy is a futures trader. So it's on the paper market. He's looking for a short-term fix or investment strategy on gold. And for most of us, he's buying gold the way most of us don't. You know, he's doing it through the futures, whereas most of us like to hedge it and accumulate it and acquire it in the physical form. And he's working in the futures markets. And but nonetheless, I think that does send the message to us who buy it in the physical markets that it looks like that we may be seeing a bottom for gold and maybe even silver. We'll see how that plays out, as summer has just started officially. And but nonetheless, we shall see where it pulls. I think little stories like this kind of give us a hint that we may be nearing the bottom and that it could creep back up. His ceiling, I think, is $12.95 at this point. And so he feels like that if he can make, you know, $20 or $25 per ounce in the futures market and cash in at that time, he may be doing well. So that means that it could go back up to that and flirt with $1,300 before the end of summer. And then who knows what will be on deck as the fall and winter months come ahead. As most of you know, I've made sort of a lighthearted prediction that I think that we'll probably see gold get close to $1,400, if not $1,400 by the end of the year, and silver at around $20, maybe just a little bit below by the end of the year. But we shall see. There is some speculation that you know, the economy may, even though it seems to be doing well by most metrics right now, that things could wane off. And of course, as the trading, as tariff, you know, there's some fear of a tariff war, a trade war going on with these tariffs going back and forth, but especially with China and Canada. And we'll see how that plays out in the coming months. So far as it hasn't had a whole lot of an effect on gold and silver prices, but nonetheless, it's something to pay attention to. And if these things do happen to occur, then or continue, that they will weigh in on the precious metals. The other thing is, it's the Supreme Court's recent ruling. Most of us have heard about that landmark decision that says that interstate commerce on the internet is now subject to taxation. And so that's something that we have to keep in mind. So that means that these deals that we find on eBay with gold at spot, you know, and the like, is, you know, we're going to have to pay taxes on those, or any kind of orders online. that we do for precious metals. And usually local coin shops will charge you tax if it's below a certain amount. And but sometimes they absorb that, other times they don't. Just depends on how they work it out. How will that affect those of us that are buying precious metals? It's hard to say at this point how that will be handled, but nonetheless, it's something to be concerned about. How soon will it take effect? Who knows? So, nonetheless, it looks like that now is a good time to accumulate if you can. I've always said, and I'll say it again, because I think it's important to emphasize, not to overextend yourselves. And what you think might be a good buying opportunity today, tomorrow might come and bite you with interest charges and other fiscal woes that could occur. It's always good to be responsible with your money, and it's better not to buy in certain situations on a personal level, even though it might make sense given where things are with the economy and where gold and silver prices are. It's very tempting at these times. But nonetheless, I think most of us know to be alert and know to be secure with what you do have, because I think in the long run, gold and silver are going to prove themselves and outshine, especially given where things are in different markets and with the economy the way it is, with the cryptocurrencies where they've fallen dramatically, and they've risen dramatically, fallen dramatically. We've not seen that kind of volatility, though we have seen some volatility with the precious metals. Not that kind of volatility, and we never will, because of the very nature of those precious metals. And so I think it's comforting knowing that what you hold has a value that is beyond what really can be measured by economic indicators, because of what they are, the true definition of gold and silver as money. And I'm also realizing, no matter how low they go, you never take a loss until you sell. So always hold on. And of course, obviously, the antithesis is true too. You never can really cash in on your gains until you cash out. But that's okay, because the precious metals are here to enjoy and to also protect us, so that if we do need to cash out at whatever given time, then we know we're going to be getting, its worth for us at the time, and to be able to use to whatever reasons we are cashing out, whether to pay bills or emergency situation. And that's kind of what they're there for. Until then, we can enjoy them. So post your thoughts below, and also post in the comment section here if you dabble in the paper markets, ETFs, or futures trading with precious metals or mining stocks. I don't dabble in that area. I like to enjoy my gold and silver, and I'm of the mind that if you don't hold it, you don't truly own it. But again, it's not that I'm against those who do trade in those areas, in the futures markets, and can dabble and make money on them. Trade the ratio, as Carl Shanka has mentioned. He's written a book on it. I'm going to be doing a follow-up to that by using ETFs and strategizing in that way, so you can make money off the gold and silver ratio, no matter where it lies. So post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend the multitude of gratitude to you all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.